Welcome back to a musical megastar. Not me, him. 30 years ago, Jean Michel Jarre put French pop music firmly on the map. His debut album, OXYGENE, took the world by surprise and by storm as well, with his almost classical style, playing with ultra-modern electronic instruments. This year he celebrates the 30th anniversary of this international smash with a new performance of his original masterpiece. In a moment we'll be talking to him, but first of all, let's take a look at an example. There it is. Now, when was that actually shot? When was that done? When was the album done? The new version of the album?
It has been pretty recently. The real reason of all this is actually I played Oxygen in the first time I recorded it. It was more or less in my kitchen, in the first ever home studio, I think, when I was just in my debut. And I was okay with the music, but I always felt a bit frustrated with the sound quality of the recording. And I said, one day when we'll have the high definition sound that we have today, I would like to replay the old piece with the original vintage instruments from the 70s, but with a high definition sound to record the piece. And by doing this, I suddenly realized that these instruments in the 70s, these analog synthesizers, are legendary in instruments such as at the same level as the Stradivarius for classical music or the Fender or the Gibson for rock and roll. Yeah. And it's fun, it's amazing to think that a violin player in 2007 is still dreaming about one day playing on a Stradivarius, an instrument that has been produced in the 17th century. And it's the same phenomenon with those instruments, that they have a fantastic potential. They have a very poetic aspect, very sensual, very organic. And then I decided to do a version on the DVD called Oxygen Live in Your Living Room. I put all these instruments on in a warehouse, and we filmed in high definition a concert where the audience is yourself in front of your plasma screen or your TV screen.
Right. I see. So that's why it's live in your living room.
That's right.
And how would you compare the two versions? Now you've done them and listened to them back and so on and so forth. How different is the new version?
I think the new version is probably warmer and with more brightness and a much better definition. And the live version is a premiere for me because, funnily enough, I played all over the world a lot of excerpts of this music, but never the whole piece. So it was a premiere for me. And I remember that when I did this music, I recorded it on this old analog tape recorder on 8 tracks. And for 8 tracks, I needed 8 hands, so we are 4 on stage to play the full piece all together. And we did actually this live version in one take, like if it was a concert with the audience being again yourself in front of your TV screen.
And talking of audiences, of course, one of the others of your characteristic claims to fame is a series of at least four concerts which made it into the Guinness Book of Records for the largest audience of their time, and then the first one was about 1 million, the second was 1.5 million.
That's right. The first one was in Paris. It was the first concert just after I wrote Oxygen and Equinox also, and 1 million came along, and it took me 1 year to realize what was happening to me. Yeah. And then in Houston, Texas, in America, we've got 1.5 million people, and it was a very special concert linked with NASA. It was the 25th anniversary of NASA, and we had the plan to perform one piece of saxophone with one of the astronauts in Challenger, and unfortunately Challenger exploded, as we know, and it this whole concert became a kind of tribute to the astronauts and became a big thing in America. And the two other big ones was at La Défense in Paris with 2.5 million, and in Moscow with 3.5 million. But I'm not sponsored by Guinness.
What's next? A totally new original album, or working on the things you've already created, or?
Actually, by working on these instruments, I think that you know, there is an whole young generation not realizing that if I'm here, if lots of musicians today are around, it's because of these mad creators in the 60s and 70s who have created these fantastic instruments. And my next new studio album next year, I'm sure that I will involve one way or another these instruments somewhere.
Right. Well, will you come back and talk to us about that?
Okay, thank you very much.
When the day dawns, all right?
Thank you.
And good luck with Oxygene, and which is a waiting world we'll get on December the 3rd.
Oh yes, the 3rd of December, yeah.
Very good. Great to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you again.
Thank you.
In a moment, I'll be looking back at 1 year of AlJazeera English, and first of all, though, talking with Jemima Khan.